Okay, you guys, so we are back with another video. Now, the ABC nursery rhyme rapper Cardi B, I guess she, might be super embarrassed at this time. Might be, because it seems as though her self-esteem is extremely low. Just to catch you guys up to speed as to what is going on and why Cardi B might be embarrassed now even more than ever, is because Stefon Diggs' accuser, Christopher Blake, Griffith, Christopher won a mega lawsuit against Stefon Diggs' brother, right? So what had happened was Christopher Blake, he accused Stefon Diggs of, essay. After he made the allegations against Stefon Diggs' other brother, who is always in trouble with the police, Derez Diggs. Derez Diggs has a whole rap sheet. He was in the NFL. He ruined his entire career. He's a hot mess. So Derez went and roughed up Christopher Blake because Christopher Blake should have kept quiet about what Stefon Diggs did to him. So Christopher Blake did not keep quiet. So Derez Diggs went to Christopher's apartment and he roughed up Christopher because at the time, this is all connected, by the way. It is all connected to the essay allegations against Stefon Diggs. Because Derez allegedly wanted Christopher Blake to delete all the communications between him and Stefon Diggs, not show any of it. But then, when the court asked Stefon Diggs for the communication, Stefon Diggs says that Christopher Blake has blocked him and he doesn't have access to the communication, right? But then Christopher Blake turned over the requested communication to Stefon Diggs' attorney. So when Stefon Diggs was there making the excuse in court, Christopher's attorney told the judge that they turned over all the communications, right? And then at that point they could deny it no more. But it is said that Derez was sent to rough up Christopher so that Christopher would be fearful and delete the communications and not talk about Stefon Diggs. But Christopher Blake knew that he wasn't supposed to do that, so he took legal actions against Derez Diggs and the apartment complex. It was a $10 million lawsuit. They decided that they were not going to fight it in court, so Derez and the apartment complex settled out of court with Christopher Blake's. So Christopher Blake's got a pretty penny, maybe at least $8 million or $5 million. But just imagine getting at least $5 million. That's a humongous win. Now, it is said that Derez tried to rob Christopher of $100,000 and some other stuff. I think there was a lot more to that. There was a lot more to it. So now, what is at stake now? At stake now, if Derez had to settle with Christopher, it means that Stefon Diggs and Christopher's case, Christopher is gonna win because so far Christopher has been gaining traction on Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs claims that because of Christopher, he has lost significant income. Christopher was like, submit your bank records to the court and prove it. And Christopher's attorney demand that Stefon Diggs submit his bank records, submit video surveillance from his house. Stefon Diggs is not doing anything that the court is asking him to do. Stefon Diggs should explain to the court in details the relationship between him and Christopher Blake, right? Remember the court gave him 14 days to explain in details the relationship. Stefon Diggs is not doing anything, so he's going to have to settle with Christopher Blake out of court too. This is not a good look for Barney because we saw over the time that Cardi B has been with Stefon Diggs, men after men after men, they come out with allegations against Stefon Diggs. So the week when we saw Barney crashing out, Barney was going through a lot. She was going through a lot. And I believe, as I said to you guys, you could tell it was tied to Stefon Diggs, in my opinion, because she was there at one point. Remember when she was like, and if I date,
he then testified that Hov has been there.
So she was crashing out and she was like, and if I date someone who is gay, you guys are not gonna know, you are not gonna know. And the next guy that I date, and at the time, the internet was not starting any drama with Cardi B and Stefon Diggs. But Cardi B accused a content creator of speaking on her and Stefon Diggs, but everyone and their mamas were speaking on Cardi B and Stefon Diggs. It was not anything new. There was nothing new on the agenda, nothing new out of the horizon. So as such, I said to you guys, Stefon has left Cardi in the parking lot because Stefon is trying to get signed to a new team. And then the NFL says that the case between Stefon Diggs and Chef Mila, they won't hold it against Stefon Diggs. But then the NFL still cannot move forward with Stefon Diggs as yet. Stefon Diggs is a liability because there is settled with Christopher out of court, so you know that it seems as though there's an offer on the table for Stefon Diggs. And if there's an offer on the table for Stefon Diggs, it means that Stefon Diggs is about to settle with Christopher Blake too, because he wants his contract with the NFL more than anything else. And if he settles out of court, what his attorney is going to say, him settling out of court is not an admission of guilt. And that's the spiel that they normally use to say, this does not mean any admission of guilt. It's just that the accuser has decided that he wanted to move on with his career. He's excited to get back out on the field. But at the end of the day, Cardi B and Stefon Diggs are the same thing. And it's embarrassing to see Cardi B in this situation, knowing that she said she was going to leave her husband because she's tired of her husband cheating on her. But here she is with a man who swings both ways, allegedly, and not just swing both ways allegedly, but one is also allegedly abusive. So things are not gonna, like, Cardi B needs to give up whatever is going on here with Stefon Diggs and give it up for good and move on with her life. That's what she needs to do. But is moving on with this Nigerian an option? No, it's not a good look for Cardi B. Cardi B needs to do better than that, and she can do better than that. But I guess we're going to have to wait to see what Barney's going to do when she's going to do it, because no matter who says what to Barney, Barney's going to do what Barney wants to do. And that's just as it is. But anywho, guys, let me know what you all think, and we're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.